Hi everyone, thank you for watching. I'm Antasia, also known as More Antasia here on YouTube. I am just going to do a little rant here because I've been harassed by a lot of men lately about wearing extensions, and it's really annoying. But honestly, after arguing back and forth on my video about how my edges fell out from using like glue for wigs and stuff like that, this guy in particular, I'm gonna read his comment. It did make a lot of sense, and it made me kind of like retrospect on what's been going on in the black community as far as like wigs and weaves, and not just black, because his argument was that, I'm gonna read the comment in a second, so I'm gonna go on about his argument, but it made me introspect too. Most importantly, I always take criticism, especially like constructive. I actually try to take stuff in and see, like, you know, if it's valid or not, or if I should even pay attention to it. But for instance, like, a lot of you automatically assume like I'm wearing a head full of hair. This is actually a wig from my hair company. You guys automatically assume that I hate myself, I wear makeup, I hate my skin, I wear weave, so I must not have any hair, I'm bald headed or something like that. And it's like, no. I need for you all to stop making those stupid assumptions, especially you white men who love to come on here and lie and say that black girls are the only ones who wear weave. Are you kidding me? White men were the first ones. Look at freaking George Washington, bro. Get $1. He's on that mug with a nice roller wrap set, girl, a whole wig. So I'm just saying, like, this isn't like about race here, but a lot of people make it about that. The Kardashians, they wear sew-ins and wigs. But what made me actually think about this topic, and that's what I'm gonna explain. Basically, he asked the question, why do you black girls wear weaves like all the time? Like, that's all you wear, basically. And he said, you never see white women wearing wigs. He said white, and I believe he said, well, he didn't say Asian, he just said white. So, you know, I immediately corrected him because I said, you know, they actually do. White girls have been wearing extensions for years, and you never know because it blends well. And also for Asian women, a lot of women wear wigs. Like, older women, they wear wigs naturally because their hair thins, or they just want to wear wigs. And there's a lot of people who have cancer who are going through chemo treatments, and they wear wigs. So I feel like it was really stupid and asinine for him to say that all black women wear wigs, like, just religiously. But then I had to think about it, and he came back with another comment. He says, no, they don't. I've never met a single white or Hispanic woman wear wigs in my entire life, not even one. Okay, that's false. The only time a white, Hispanic, or Asian woman wears a wig is if they are a cancer patient that just had chemo, or they're an actor wearing it for film, or they have a medical condition that made them fully bald. Never women, normal women never wear them, period. A simple test. Just walk down the street and find a single white woman wearing a weave. You will not even find one. A lie. The only thing white, Hispanic, Asian women could occasionally, first of all, he needs to learn how to write, occasionally wear is hair extensions, not weaves and wigs. First of all, what do you think a weave is? But I guess he's saying like extensions as far as like clip-ins. A lot of black girls wear clip-ins, okay, whatever. And even then, they are only acceptable for like special occasions, only like a party, wedding, etc. Not every day. Now, I do have to agree with him on that part, and I started to think about it, and you can go and read those comments. We went back and forth, and he just, I even said the Kardashians do, and he says, you know, that is what normal wealthy women do when they decide to wear fake hair. They wear extensions for accessories or whatever, and, you know, there's zero point in wearing a weave as a white person, because there's a world of difference between extensions and weaves and, you know, all that other stuff. And he said, just grow your own hair, Antasia, and get it straightened professionally if that's the style that you like. It will look 1,000,000 times better than a wig or a weave, and it'll be your own hair, and you'll have zero problems with hair loss, stinky scalps, which is true though. I'm about to get to that, lost edges and weaves and whatever. He said, and I said, well, some black girls like myself wear weaves to protect our natural hair, for, like, you know, to grow it and do whatever. That's what I've done. He said, this is a myth. You do not need to wear a wig to protect your hair or to help it grow. That's a common excuse that literally makes no sense. They wear them all of the time and never show this safe, protected hair. Now, that is the truth too. So anyway, here's my stance on it. I'm kind of like, okay, this is the truth about the matter. A lot, I will almost say like the average black girl, almost the average, well, the majority of black women who wear weaves and wigs, not including those who have cancer, not including those who have like a medical condition, I'm not including them, but the average just black girl wears weaves, whether it's braids or whatever. But like as far as weaves and wigs, I am seeing that a lot of girls are starting to wear these weaves, and it's like a year in, year out type of thing. Like it's a week in, week out. Like they sleep in weaves. They never take care of their natural hair underneath. They never even wear their hair. And I'm kind of thinking that, you know, it's almost sort of like we're almost insecure about our natural hair. Like I understand that you're, you know, protecting your hair because you want it to grow and whatever. But like he said, there should be an extent to where this stops, like to the point where you can go ahead and wear your natural hair in protective styles. Like there, you don't have to have, let me make this straight, you don't have to wear weaves to grow your hair. You don't. It's just a quick, easy method that a lot of us like to do, because especially for those of us who are like in nursing or have jobs where like you do too much sweating, or you know, you don't have time to fix up your hair and do whatever. I understand that, but a lot of black girls, especially young girls, college girls, like I used to do sew-ins in college, and these girls would come see me and would literally leave their hair in for like 3 months. They would not oil their scalps, and they would, like when it's time to take it out, I'm like, okay girl, it's time for you to go get like your hair done. Go get it shampooed, go get some deep conditions, some protein treatments. You need to clip your ends. And they were like, no, I just want you to rebraid it and put it in. I'm like, no, this is not healthy. Like it's really not healthy for us women, period, to wear weaves like that and not take care of our natural hair. I'm not bashing the girls who wear weaves. Obviously, I have a hair company. This is why I do wear weaves more on YouTube, because I do have natural hair and it's a nice length. I have natural hair tutorials, so I'm not the type of girl who just only wears weaves. I'm not ashamed of my hair. I don't even care. It's just versatility. It's just like what I like sometimes. So nonetheless though, I had to agree with him on that part. And like white girls normally don't wear a head full of sew-ins and like weaves and stuff like that, which is actually kind of unhealthy, especially for the average girl who doesn't know how to maintain those things. And sew-ins do cause breakage when, you know, you're not putting them in correctly. And over time, I don't care how good you put it in, your hair is going to break off because of all of that thread. I'm just saying, especially when it's like super tight and the braids and stuff, like your hair needs to breathe. And I understand that part, and he did have a valid point. I had to stop arguing because when I not argue with people, but when we like talk, you know, in our discussion, I try to take what people say and take consideration. You know, I don't like to just dismiss what he said totally, because in the beginning it was asinine and it was stupid, because white girls do wear weaves and wigs. I know a lot of Hispanic girls who just only wear wigs. I don't know why, but maybe they have a medical condition. I don't know. But on average, if you look on YouTube, the average girl wears her own hair. Like, you know, a lot of girls are really impressionable and they'll neglect their real hair, because that's what girls are doing. They're like, well girl, I want to be like Nikki. I don't need to have my natural hair done because I'm going to get a sew-in anyway, so it doesn't matter. And when I see a lot of these gurus on here who does all those weaves and stuff like that, their hair is jacked up. Now some of them, like one girl, Nisha B, I follow her on here. Her hair is super long. It's gorgeous. To me, it looks better than all of her wigs. All of it, but her hair is gorgeous, and that's how she grew her hair out. So I'm not hating on that, and I know that that's a good method. I did that myself. But like, you know, she makes that clear that she wears wigs because she wants to. She's not influencing all these other girls out here to only wear weaves and, you know, stuff like that. So I do think that a lot of these girls on here who are pushing these beauty trends, and a lot of us are only doing it because we're getting paid. Yes, girls on here get paid, or they get free hair and free wigs, and so they promote it. But like, I feel like in the black community, we really kind of don't really educate like that on like self-esteem and stuff like that. And it's so easy to get caught up into the glam and the YouTube and the you know, TV or whatever. We kind of neglect our own hair. I don't think that's cute. When you take out your weave and your hair has still not grown, that means you're not taking care of it. You know, if you're taking care of it, then I have no issue. But like, for those of us who are just like walking around here with dusty hair, and you think that you can replace your hair every day with someone else's hair, that's not the point of like wearing weaves. Like, I'm just saying. But I mean, do comment below what your take on it is. You know, please comment below. I definitely want to start a discussion. But I'm just saying, for the people who are following me, for the young girls, the high school girls, middle school girls, even girls like in my classrooms, I wear my natural hair. I make sure that I teach my students, like, accept yourself. I wear weaves because sometimes I want to. I sell them. I make wigs primarily for those girls who have medical conditions, those girls who do have cancer or whatever, and they want to wear wigs. So what? Or they're using this as a protective style, you know? But I just always, you know, I'm careful of who follows me because I don't want them to go astray because of me. That's just all I'm saying. This is my responsibility over here on this channel. So I definitely want to encourage the girls to make sure that you maintain your natural hair and get comfortable with yourself. Like, I had a guy I was dating. He could not stand my natural hair. I hope he's watching with his dusty self. He calls it a tree. You know what? It's not even funny, but it's called a high puff. And I think it's cute, especially when it's like really curly and, you know, really textured. But when it is really dry and, you know, a little dusty looking, it does low-key look like a little bush. But, you know, but he just, he's annoying. He just did not like my natural hair at all. Like, maybe if I would have, like, actually started wearing it like how I do in my tutorials, like, you know, flat twist and, like, you know, having it tucked away in a bun or just wearing it flat straight out or with nice curls or something like that, he probably would like it. I'm not going to roast him all the way because I do kind of, you know, whatever. But I'm just saying, for those girls who date guys like that, forget them. Like, you can miss all of me, my tailbone, all of that. Shoot, I hate when men do that. And this is the point of me making the video. It's always some men on here having so much to say. Like, how about y'all start watching our videos? I'm a girl. Like, why are you watching this video anyway? Well, not for me, because I do have other content. I have, like, professional content as far as, like, you know, how to publish your own book. So I have demographics from everywhere. But I mean, like, girls who consistently only do makeup and hair. Like, I think that's really corny for people to come on there and just bash them. Like, that's what they're doing. I think some of these girls look like drag queen men. That's not a compliment. That's not cute. But that's what they want to do. So I don't go on their pages and I don't say anything because that's not my business. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? That's like me being a Christian and going to a Muslim's page and saying, hey, you're going to hell because you're not a Christian. I don't do that. That's tacky and that's not even godly. Like, God doesn't impose his will on us, you know? It's a choice that you have to make to want to be a Christian or whatever. So, you know, I'm just saying, like, y'all men need to get on back. If you're not dating, you're not sleeping with me, honey. So it really shouldn't matter what you think and what you're saying over here. Like, you're trying to preach to the choir that's not listening. Like, we're asleep. Like, we're not listening to you. But I do like criticism. I really do, honestly. But I mean, for the guys who just say the stupidest things on here, like, oh, it's so ignorant. I had a guy say that I was a dumb B-word, basically, because I made a story time video about how I used to date a drug dealer. I used to as a kid, like 15 years ago. And the moral of that video, if he was so freaking stupid, if he paid attention like, you know, classes taught in high school, he would have watched the end of the video where I said, you know, I encourage kids to not do that, to not be in gangs and stuff like that, you know? So it just ticks me off when people get on here and just talk crap for no reason about black women. And it's always black women. I never see them going to white girls' pages and saying stuff like, oh, you speak really proper. Comment. Like, get the heck out of here. Like, who cares? Like, low key, bro. Like, get the heck on from me. Like, get on from me with that. But anyway, that's just my rant. Comment below what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. Thumbs up this video if you agree with the topic or disagree. Still thumbs up. And see you in my next video.